the biggest question that comes to this movie, do you think he actually killed the people in the movie? Was it all in his head?
My interpretation is no. Well, he doesn't kill Paul Allen. I guess. I mean, it doesn't look like he kills Paul Allen. And so if that's the big thing, I mean, clearly the murder spree at the end, he's shooting a handgun at a couple cop cars. They
Blows it up.
Yeah, they start exploding. He becomes just a Jason Bourne assassin.
Yeah, John Wick's it at the end.
He's just hitting every headshot that he is going for. So that's just it. No. To answer your question, no. I don't think he does anything. Maybe he kills a couple prostitutes, but I think it's just, maybe it's reflecting like how movies make people feel and they wish like they had that kind of power.
Mm-hmm.
And so like even the fact that Patrick Bateman is talking to an audience, you know, in his mind.
Yeah.
You know, so like he's clearly having like a psychotic breakdown.
Yeah.
You know, he's drawing like fucked up stuff. He's watching porn while doing sit-ups.
No, he's watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre doing sit-ups.
That's right.
But he also just like puts porn on in the background. Like he just overstimulates himself all the time. He's just like so desensitized to everything that he just casually watches porn.
Yeah.
The porno he was watching, I think the title of it was like Inside Laura's Ass. Like that was the title of the porno.
That would make sense. Yeah. And so, no, I don't think he's killing anybody. I think it's just a sick fantasy. Even though the director and the author both confirm that he did,
Yeah.
I think that's just a little joke on like the people that watch it. They're like, oh, well, the director said he killed him. It's like, he doesn't fucking know.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Right.
It's up for interpretation. You
That's
can't
what's-
just say, yeah.
That's
So,
what's cool about it, is that it's ambiguous. Like you're not really sure because your main character obviously doesn't know what's reality.
I'm pretty sure.
Because obviously he didn't blow up that cop car. That didn't happen. A handgun cannot blow up a cop car in real life.
There's a helicopter that shows up to his office immediately. How could that just happen? You know?
The ATM tells him to feed a stray cat.
Yeah.
So like obviously that's not real, but I honestly do think he did kill everybody in the movie. And the reason why I think that is, I think what the movie's trying to say is that in this world of just power, status, posturing in front of your friends, seeing who can get the best dinner reservation, not working, they don't really care about anything but themselves. Everybody's so self-centered in the movie. They all just want to like, they don't want to go to Dorsia, the exclusive restaurant that they keep mentioning throughout the movie, because they want to get there and they want to eat the food. They just want to get there because nobody else does.
Yeah.
So they want to say that they went to Dorsia. And so I think he did kill everybody because the fact that nobody even gives a shit that he killed people is the point. The fact that he's able to get away with all this horrible murder and that nobody gives a shit because they're all so self-centered, I think is the point. Like whenever the girl runs out when he kills her with the chainsaw. Right before that, when he kills her with the chainsaw, she's running around banging on doors.
Yes.
Nobody comes out.
Yeah.
I think because they all are just so self-centered because they're all in that like nice apartment. They don't really care what's going on. They're like, I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
They've established like this nice, clean lifestyle in this luxurious apartment. Like
Yeah.
whatever's going on out there, somebody else will deal with it.
Yeah. And so like the big ambiguous line is whenever the lawyer says, I had dinner with Paul Allen in London twice 10 days ago. And Patrick Bateman's like, what are you talking about? How's that even possible? No, you didn't. And he leaves. But you have to remember,
They cannot get anybody's names right.
no, because they're all the same person. Not literally, they're all different people. I'm not trying to say that like everybody's the same person, like it's a metaphor thing, but they're all dressed the same sunglasses or same glasses, same haircut, same job. They all have this exact same business card that they're worrying about. And so they don't know who's who. There's no like identity. I think that's why Patrick Bateman's having this psychotic break, because he's trying to stand out while also conforming. Like that balance of like trying to stand out and be like, one of the most popular people in the crowd while also conforming to this very specific person. It's like, it's a mental break for him. He can't figure it out. Cause like everything he says is just, he's like reiterating everything. He doesn't have like an original thought. He's like, when he talks about the music, he's like essentially reading articles. Like he's just like reciting something that he memorized.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time he's not talking about like a deep take on music. He's always talking about it like he's talking about only popular music and like what articles have said about it.
Mm-hmm.
He even like the Whitney Houston one, when he talks about Whitney Houston, they're laughing at him for having a Whitney Houston album. He he goes on this long rant, and then he goes, as perfectly stated on the album.
Really?
Like he didn't even come up with that. He just like remembered what was on the back of the album.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
let me finish this real quick. So whenever the lawyer does say that he had dinner with Paul Allen, the first scene in the movie, they talk about Paul Allen. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick, just for context.
Okay.
Is that Reed Robinson over there? Are you freebasing or what? That's not Robinson. Well, who is it then?
It's Paul Allen. It's not Paul Allen. Paul Allen's on the other side of the room over there.
That's not Paul Allen. That's not Jared Leto. We know Jared Leto is for sure Paul Allen because he has the business card that says he's Paul Allen. So they don't know who Paul Allen is. The lawyer at the end says he went to dinner with Paul Allen, but the detective, when he's talking at lunch with Patrick Bateman, he mentions that it was said that he had lunch in London, but I dug into it and it wasn't him, it was somebody else.
But has anyone seen him in London?
Actually, yes. But I've had a hard time getting actual verification. Stephen Hughes said he saw him at a restaurant there, but I checked it out, and what happened is he mistook a Herbert Ainsworth for Paulso.
Yeah. Because these people don't know who everybody's name, because they're all the same fucking person, so they all just blend together. So like, I do think he killed everybody because I think that's the whole point, is that he did kill people and that nobody gives a fuck, so he's not gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Which makes the ending so much worse because he's like having a psychotic break, trying to stand out, killing people because he just like doesn't feel anything. He's just watching porn, watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre while he works out, brutally murdering people. But, oh damn, I lost my train of thought there.
You got it.
It's coming.
Nobody is anybody.
Yes.
You beat me to it. I was a little late to the party. That's what I was going to say. I was like, oh, but I keep forgetting that like nobody gets Patrick Bateman's name right. The lawyer doesn't even know who Patrick Bateman is. So when he says like, yeah, I just had lunch with Paul Allen, like, so yes. Now I see kind of what the message is.
Yeah, the fact that
I'm just a little late to it.
The fact that he kills people, nobody gives a shit about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say about the ending, what makes it so much darker is that he can't even get recognition or consequences for his actions. Nothing he does matters.
Yeah.
Nothing he does matters.
Yeah.
Even when he gets air quote, gets to go to Dorsia, when he like takes the drugged up girl to Barcadia and he told her it was Dorsia, so she tells her husband it was Dorsia. He just gets like one little oh, nice, Dorsia, good job. And that's it. It's like everything he does, the posture, all that, it just gets like shoved under the mat. It doesn't matter. It's like the ending's so hard for him because like now he's like, I think he said something like at the end where it's like meaningless or everything's pointless, because it is pointless. Like he can do whatever he wants in this world and nobody will notice because everybody's so self-centered in their own life.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's a dark look on American capitalism. And granted, we know plenty of people that work in corporate America.
Yeah.
It's not really that true. This definitely takes it to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know, it's going after young men that have been lost their whole lives, probably insecure the entire time. They're just looking for somebody to be like, hey, we'll take you in. Yeah, you're going to hate your life. You're going to hate your job, but you're going to make a lot of money. And, you know, at least you'll look cool. They're like, deal. Okay, I'll do it.
Right.
Sure. Like I have nothing else that I really want to do. I don't have any passions, or if I do have passions, I'm too pussy to go after it. So I'll settle for competing with a bunch of guys and business cards and trying to get into Dorsey's.
Yeah.
So beautifully put, I guess. You know, it's going after like Ronald Reagan, like the kind of the American dream. You know,
yeah,
it's like
just success.
Yeah, you know, it's just materialism.
Yeah.
Chasing the American dream is all about like material things.
Yeah, yuppie culture. Like those guys are called yuppies. Like that's where that term came from. Like city boy, like the yuppies are the ones that are like in financial, that are like successful, that go to a nice office, have a nice suit, and they have like a flashy life, not flashy lifestyle, but like they go to these nice restaurants and like they wine and dine.
Yeah,
like those are yuppies.
You know, it's only gotten worse. Clearly, I mean, social media has taken this, and we've just given Patrick Batemans of the world a phone and an ability to get on Instagram. Which, hey, to each his own. If it makes you feel any better, you look good.
Yeah,
you do look good.
Let's say I'm gonna write it down to save it, but let's talk about the remake they're gonna do. And I got a cool point I think on social media with that.
Yeah, this was good timing. You know, Kate asked me, what was that, like 3 days ago? You're like, what should we watch? I was like, American Psycho. Don't know why. Oh, I think I read like a little bit of a some of the script.
you saw
I
a
saw
reel.
it. Yeah, I saw a scene with the script comparing it. So it was like American Psycho. Next day, Austin Butler for the remake.
Yeah,
Good choice,
we'll see.
I think. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of white guys,
Yeah,
prominent actors that like prepared heavily for this role. So, and
Timothy
I'm sure,
Chalamet could have been a good one.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I and that one guy from Euphoria, he's kind of on a roll right now.
Oh, the guy that was in Saltburn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're terrible. As much as we love movies, I can never remember like the big time actors.
well, they're
names
new
right
now. They're newer. We're
Yeah, but
pretty good
they're-
on like the older names, but they're a little bit newer.
They're on the high rise. So yeah, I'm sure like the auditions for this movie were nuts. But I think Austin Butler's, he's a phenomenal actor, and he like, bro, I bet he'll kill it with the voice.
And thinking about Fade Routha in Dune Part 2, him playing that character, he has those like cold, dead eyes
yeah,
that he can bring to this character.
Yeah. No, so it should be good. I don't really know why they're making a remake. I think a lot of people are kind of confused why this is being remade, because this is made in 2000, and just the way that it's structured, like you're not like redoing a superhero movie or Twisters where like you can make it look cooler.
Yeah.
Or a Gladiator 2, like those movies, as much as people say they didn't want them, let's be honest, we can make movies look cooler.
We still saw it.
Yeah.
It's Gladiator, bro. We're gonna be like, all right, we got to see the second one.
But like that's like really just for people that love cool effects and they want to see like some wicked shit on screen.
Right.
The only extreme part is when he starts blowing up cop cars. And they do a pretty good job with that. So
it's like, what can you add? What are you gonna add to it?
As far as the acting, maybe they're gonna go a more gruesome route.
Well, I was hoping, what I was going to say, I was going to save it for later, but I think we should say it now. I was going to say, hopefully they do like a new spin where they do it like either through social media or something that's relevant today.
Yeah, that
like
would be cool.
It's made in 2000, so that's closer to that 80s Wall Street boom. So it's a little bit more relevant. Plus it's based on the book from that time. So like there's a little bit more relevancy. So now hopefully they make it more relevant.
This might be a dumb question. Is it American Psycho or is it American Psycho 2?
I think it's a remake. Let's fact check
I'm
this.
pretty sure it is too, but if it's American Psycho 2, that makes sense. But yeah, I'd love it if they went the social media.
New American Psycho adaptation.
Yeah, so it's just a remake. There's no sequel to this. We're essentially going to be getting like the same story, the same message.
Right.
Capitalism still sucks. We get it. People are still pissed off about it. What are you going to do? Make a movie?
Yeah.
Think you're going to change the world? No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is odd they're redoing remake. Doesn't make sense. One thing I love about the movie is it's so, like we were talking about it before. I think we're going to be reiterating this. It's going to be sounding very obvious because the movie has like a very obvious theme in your face. So we're going to kind of be like, I'm at least going to be pointing out a lot of the same things that just hint toward the theme. But even from like the opening with the music choice, because something that's so good in this movie is the sound.
Yes.
The sound is in scenes where you wouldn't think there should be like this dramatic, eerie sounds. They bring it in so you feel odd about what Patrick Bateman is going to do. In the beginning, there's a few times like that, but even from the beginning with the music here, I'm going to play it, but it's classical music, so it's posturing. We like fancy classical music, but it's almost like when you really listen to it with the shots on screen, it's like almost stressful. It's like heavy, kind of like fast pace for like this. It should be very slow, peaceful, easy music, but it's not. Like the violins are pretty fast, and it's like almost like in your face of like,
you want this.
Yeah.
You want to like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Like
right
this
there.
is fitting in. This is the top.
Yes, but it's like forcefully the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's exactly that.
I got to say, I was hungry by this point. Just before we watched the movie, I was very hungry. And when I saw these plates of food, I was like, oh, God, I wouldn't even eat that right now.
No, it's not even good dishes. Like the waiters are talking about all these different weird dishes with exotic animals. And it's like, I don't really want that. But like you think you want it because it's fancy and rare.
It's expensive. Costs a lot. But at the same time, I also like the bear. And he's making that kind of food. So I'm sure it's delightful. I'm sure it is tasty.
Yeah.
But I just eat to survive. So I don't really care about spending like $200 on a dinner.
No, they spent $500 in the first scene. They put their credit card down and was like, oh, speaking of reasonable, $500.
Look at that. I can't even, like, that was me being, exaggerating I'm not even close. I'm in my imagination. I'm not even close to like what a real top tier dinner is.
So in this restaurant, they spent $500 in a restaurant. That would have been $1,900 today. Like, oh, reasonable. $500. Nice.
Ugh.
$1,900 for dinner, bro. You gotta be drinking some fancy ass wine to get that.
I mean, hey, if somebody were to tell me like, dude, I spent like $2,000 on dinner last night, I'd be like, holy shit, kind of cool.
If you got it like that.
Yeah, I mean, are you okay? Like, do you need me to loan you some money?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not at the top. I'm not on your level.
Not yet.
Don't be confused by the suit.
I'm just posturing.
Yeah, no, I'm just, what's the point? Let me go to a food truck.
That are way better food probably.
Yeah.
Fancy restaurants got some pretty good food. I've been to a couple like fancy restaurants just through work, and the food's pretty amazing.
I think the fanciest food I've ever had in my life to this point has been at weddings. And I don't even eat at weddings because
you're too busy drinking.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to get lit and trying to get on the dance floor. There's no time. Look, give me a little bit of chicken, a little bit of mashed potatoes, and let me scarf that down, and boom, we're out.
Yeah.
I don't have time for the display, all the decorations. But hey, if you're into that kind of thing, you should look into Wall Street.
Yeah.
Clearly it works out.
Go move to New York City. And then still on the business card scene, the sounds and the dramatic whooshes and stuff with this business card scene here.
Call me.
Whoosh. The shing.
Graham? New card. What do you think?
It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. Look at this.
They have the same phone number, by the way.
It's really nice. Eggshell with
Nice.
Romalian type. What do you think?
Nice.
It's so intense. The scene is
Yeah.
so intense, and it's about a fucking business card. So
Yeah.
the sound of this movie is insane.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because the author was talking about with the director, he was talking about the sound design and like the editing, and like he said he was actually happy with this scene of how it came out from the book because it like brings it to life. Because there's something I think that helps it that he mentioned is like the uniformity of the people, like because you can like you visually see they all look the same. You can actually see the card being the same, so like it brings it to life a little bit more than the pages can. So yeah, it's a great scene.
I feel like this movie should make me feel insecure.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, like, should I care about these types of things if
No.
I want to be the best?
No.
Well, maybe you're just a pussy.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that? Maybe we're both just pussies.
Maybe we're living life wrong. We start getting better dinner reservations.
Think about it. We probably know people that have watched this movie and they're like, they totally took it the wrong way. Or, well, to us wrong. They took it a completely different way. They saw this movie and they're like, that's exactly how I am. Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I should be out there making money and doing 1,000 sit-ups a day and having threesomes. And maybe not killing people. Maybe.
I think that's why so many men like the movie. It's because maybe the dudes that watch it, they feel empty because they are just doing all the status things. They're not actually being themselves. And by posturing like that 24/7 and not being your own individual person, it like makes you have these psychotic deep thoughts like, fuck, I just want to like kill my way out of this.
Yeah.
So like,
I want to do something so radical that people will be like, of course he had that in him.
Yeah.
He always had that darkness. He was so mysterious.
It makes you unique.
Yeah.
You stand out then.
Yeah. It's incredible. I mean, he's having a threesome and it's not even for the fact that he's laying with two beautiful women. It's just so he can look at himself in the mirror, having sex with two girls, flexing as hard as possible.
Yeah.
Looks good. I definitely will look into the Patrick Bateman workout
Yeah.
and that skin routine. God,
Yeah.
there are things to take away from this movie. There's
So
genius in this.
so many
He's got
steps.
a crazy great skincare routine.
Yeah, so much work to look like everybody else.
Yeah.
So much work.
Yeah, it doesn't even say that he has a coworker that he gets mistook for. He's like, he wears the same type of
Yeah, whatever.
suit. Yeah, we even go to the same bar. He's wearing the same glasses. He's like, we even go to the same barber. Although my haircut is a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's like, look the same right there to me,
Yeah.
pal.
Yeah, it's funny because I think he is very objective because him saying, I do have a slightly better haircut.
Yeah.
But he also
He said-
he recognizes
said-
it when other people have better shit than him too. So I think he is like objective and like he's clearly a psychopath. So like it's not like it's personal to him, but he recognizes when like, but I definitely have that better.
Yeah.
But he's like, fuck, he has a better business card than me.
Yeah.
So like he does. I feel like that line is like good showing that he is like objective about him trying to become the best. Like he knows what's tasteful in the eyes of these fake people,
yeah.
these masks of people.
Yeah. It's just this guy is so clearly. Okay, so I guess his dad is like one of the higher ups in the company.
Yeah, part-time owner.
Yeah, and so like that's how he gets the job. Makes sense. How the fuck could he possibly pass an interview?
Yeah, none of these people work.
Yeah, but it's just funny because you get a sense of how clearly off he is whenever he has to talk to Willem Dafoe's detective character.
Yeah.
And like he can't pick up on. I mean, he's already nervous because I guess he killed Paul Allen, so he's a little bit on edge there. But I'm just talking that he like thinks that he's ahead, and then once he like thinks that the detective is a little suspicious of him, he just folds. He's like, well, where was so and so? Like, what's his alibi? It's like. No innocent person would ask these questions.
He incriminates himself so fast, so quickly.
But it's so awesome that he just thinks he's like killing it.
Yeah.
He like kind of leans back. He's just.
Yeah. He also speaks so unnaturally.
Yeah.
Every scene is like not like how anybody else would normally talk.
Yeah.
He's just like, the one that comes to mind is like when he's at the Christmas party and like some guy comes up to him. He says something to him. Let me see but he gives him like this weird ass response.
Hey, McCloy, what do you say?
Hey, Hamilton, have a holly jolly Christmas. Is Alan still
Have a holly jolly Christmas. Hey, that's like so not natural. He's such like a weird guy.
Oh, Christian Bale, you kill me.
Killed it, bro.
This guy is the best. He was method acting. Apparently, I read that right before we hopped in here.
Yeah.
He was method acting. He like would not talk to anybody on set. Like he was like going to the gym an insane amount. Like
yeah, but I mean, his shirt's off a ton.
Yeah, but like he seriously, people were just like, dude, like you gotta like chill the fuck out.
I feel like you almost kind of have to method act if you are a British actor playing an American character. Because I did see an interview with him where he was talking on set of American Psycho and he was speaking in an American accent.
Yeah,
not like Patrick Bateman, but he was speaking in an American accent.
Yeah, they said he never drop the American accent.
Yeah, and I feel like you almost have to as an actor because you don't want your language to fail you whenever you're on set or like during a take. You don't want to like dip into the British accent. So like you have to just constantly maintain the American accent so that way you always have the right pronunciation of your words.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure just reading this script, and I don't know how well the book did, when it originally came out, but I'm sure just, Christian Bale clearly has shown that he knows what a good script looks like.
Yeah.
He's been in so many classic movies, great movies that everybody enjoys.
Foxy's about to knock over the backdrop. Okay. Foxy's been secured.
Okay, so he clearly knows what a good movie looks like. He knows what a good script looks like. He sees this, he sees the lines, and he's like, this is the most absurd thing that has shown up on my desk. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to do this. But if I'm going to do it, I have to do it right. I'm sure reading it, there's so many different ways of interpreting it. But he sets the tone for, like I said at the beginning of this episode, just like the uncomfortable, like, could somebody break this ice wall of, like, small talk?
Yeah.
Could somebody, like, crack a good joke?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you never hear, there's no relief of tension in this movie.
No.
And it's just so, honestly, like, infuriating.
And it's so fast paced too. Like it cuts from scene to scene to scene to scene to scene to scene. So it's like it's kind of floating through this movie almost with Patrick Bateman. Like as he float through life.
Yeah, because you never see him work on a weekday.
No, bro, he doesn't work. He doesn't do one single work. He sits down for the first time we see him in his office, and he's like, "I'm not here," and then like leans back in his chair and clicks the TV on to just watch TV.
Yeah.
Then he's like reading porn magazines whenever the detective comes.
Yeah, he's doing crossword puzzles. What does he say? Meat,
and bone. Yeah.
Meat, bone.
Yeah.
Feel that, dude. I get hungry too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, with Christian Bale, the reason why they picked him is because the director liked how he wasn't playing the character cool. The guy's not a cool guy, so you could play Patrick Bateman because like you could easily write it to where he's like a cool guy that thinks he's cool, and you're playing it like a badass. But he plays as a dorky guy, so it makes you not. It makes it more clear that you're not. That we're not showing this guy being a good person.
Yeah.
He's a weird guy. You shouldn't look up to this person. So Patrick Bateman playing him like this dorky weird guy. She's okay. It's fine.
All right. Sorry, we're having puppy problems on the pod.
Wait, Foxy keeps leaning up against the curtain.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good because it's not even. It's better. There's like 3 layers to this. He's a dork that thinks he's cool, but everybody else knows that he's a dork.
Yeah.
So like that's always just a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I enjoy the breakup scene when she's like, but my friends are your friends and your friends are my friends. And he's like, I don't care. And she seems so sad. She's crying. But as soon as he gets up and leaves, she like wipes her tears. She's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because everybody in the movie is the same. They all are so self-centered.
She will just find another Patrick Bateman.
And they're not together out of love. They don't live together. They don't spend time together except for dinners. She's having an affair with them. They're all having an affair with each other's wives and girlfriends. So it's all about just like, again, it's about just your status symbol. Like she just wants to get married because that's a good thing to do in life. Is if you're a married woman, you have succeeded. If you're a married man, you've succeeded. It's like these people are just doing it out of status, not about love or the right reason to do things.
Which sucks, man. You know, if these people just got their heads out of their asses and really just talked as a group and they're like, wait, are we all having sex with each other? You could put yourself in this cool little swinger marriage group.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But these people, you know,
They don't
clearly are. I mean, everybody's cheating. Everybody's having orgies, hooking up with hookers. It's like, you know, maybe if you just peeled back the curtain a little bit and just admitted that you're a degenerate, you might actually be able to like get along with each other for real.
Yeah. But nope, they don't care. All they care about is themselves and their desires.
What a sad and lonely life.
Really
I
is.
like having friends.
Yeah.
I like listening to mine.
Yeah, true friends. I kind of have a theory of this movie.
Let's hear it.
There's a
friend.
there's a little bit there's a little bit of I'm trying to think if there's any motive between his killings, like why he kills people. And I've noticed there are a few things that cause him to kill people. To me, it seems like there's like a little twinkle in his eye when somebody would say something that I think causes him to kill him. And what they say is when they don't recognize him.
There's
I
something
think
good in you.
It's whenever they like either stand out or they don't recognize him. He wants to kill him. Like he kills Paul Allen, and Paul Allen thinks he's this different guy.
The model.
The model.
Yeah, he meets her at the party after he does cocaine in the stall, and then when they're waiting for the taxi, she's like, "I just see something good in you." It's like, how?
Yeah, because that's the thing. There are some deaths that he does like her. There's not really. My little theory doesn't align with hers, but I'm trying to think of all the deaths he kills. What he kills.
He doesn't kill his doorman.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. That's a point. He kills the security officer in the building that's not his.
Yeah.
Whenever he walks past him, he walks past the guy and he goes, "Hey, Mister, different name. You know, don't forget to sign in." He like looks at him and then kills him
Yeah.
because he's like, "You don't even know who I am."
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's some motivation sometimes whenever he kills people. Whenever they don't recognize him or they don't recognize him as an individual.
Yeah.
Or they mistake him or whatever.
Yeah, because he doesn't kill his secretary who clearly cares about him on
Yeah.
some level. You know, she asks him.
She's in love with him.
Is that what we're thinking?
I think she's in love with him, yeah.
She
I
might-
even want
she
to say in the book, they write that she's in love with him.
Oh, really?
I think I've seen that.
Okay, I took it as from the movie that she was just like kind of concerned about him. Like he doesn't do shit all day. All she does is say no to people.
Yeah.
He, you know, kind of shows signs of like being bipolar, whatever. She probably sees that he's like a weirdo. And, you know, she asks him an honest question like, do you want to make people happy? Have you ever wanted to do that?
Yeah.
And he was like, damn, that's, you know, there's nothing I can read out of a textbook to answer that. You're asking me,
Yeah.
what do I want? And
Mhm.
like, am I capable? Nobody cares to know that about anybody.
Yeah.
At least in my world, you know,
Mhm.
that's what he's thinking. So he spares her. He's like, I'm afraid if you stay, I'll hurt you. And she takes it as like, I'll cheat on my girlfriend with you and then like I'll cast you to the side. That's what she takes it as. He's
Yeah.
like, no. I don't want to murder you.
I'm gonna take it at a different angle. I want to say the only reason why he didn't kill her is when the phone call rings, it stops him, so he puts his nail gun down. He's about to kill his receptionist, secretary, and his wife or his fiance says, "I'll make a call." What's her name? Jean, I think.
They're all the same.
Yeah. I'll make a call with Jean to set up an appointment. We have a reservation at blah blah blah, and then he doesn't kill her. I think it's literally because if he kills her, he won't have anybody to set dinner reservations. I want to say it's that service level for his character. It kind of would make sense. Like
the whole hit her asking an honest question. That's a way better take and makes a lot more sense. Like given what we've just seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I know? He's not sympathetic.
I don't think he's sympathetic.
That would be so much better. Nobody writes down dinner reservations the way that his secretary does.
She knows it all.
And she abides by, if she does get offended by some of the things he says to her, she doesn't ever give him a problem. In fact, she corrects it. He tells her, you gotta shout out to a psychotic narcissist because they're gonna tell you what it is. This guy, he kind of pays her a compliment in a twisted way. He's like, you're way prettier than that. Although she might be thinking that's a little fucked up. She might be like, actually, that was kind of nice.
For him, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And she was like, he meant that.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick.
Yeah, I could look better than this.
Yeah, and
then she corrects it.
Yeah, and every character in the movie is so self-centered. She's the least self-centered character, his secretary.
Yeah.
But how does she not know that he's not engaged still? If she's the person that controls his life, essentially, even she doesn't even know that he's with the woman or engaged, which is a pretty big life decision, life deal.
The only thing I can think of is that it seems like she's constantly telling people no, even if it's his girlfriend, wife.
Fair.
He probably has multiple girls.
She never picks on the phone.
Oh yeah, it's just it's a no.
Yeah,
he's too busy. She didn't even say too busy. She's just no, he can't. Why not? He can't.
Yeah.
Pretty good secretary. I'm glad he didn't kill her.
Me too.
What a nice girl.
I was like, no, don't kill her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too close to him, hopefully. Because he doesn't kill anybody that's super close to him. He doesn't kill his friends or he doesn't try to kill his wife.
The doorman. Well,
fiancé.
he gives props to one of his other friends. Can't keep up with any of them.
No, they don't say their names very often for you to remember.
But he does say he was as he's describing the dinner table, he's talking about his first friend. He was like, he's the only one that's interesting. And then the other guy is a dweeb, ends up being a closeted homosexual. Or is he? Did he make it up? Who knows?
Yeah.
No, he's gay. Look at that bow tie.
Yeah. Look at those colors. Look at that suit color.
Look at that redheaded split.
He's the only one that stands out in the crew. He's the only different one from the crew.
Yeah, and they hate him for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, conform or die.
Yeah. See, so I want to say, I don't know this because let's play the scene real quick when he does show the business card, the other guy. Here we go. When Louis shows his card.
It's my business card. I decided to get a new one too.
The sounds.
Oh, that's very nice.
See, he gives it oh, that's kind of a shitty card.
It's Louis.
Was he about to vomit?
So, and then he's about to kill him. So I feel like his motive to kill him in this scene is because he's trying to stand out among the crew and be different. And I think they all want to stand out from their group, but he's actually taking a step and being original. So that may be the reason why he wants to kill him, because he envies his individuality and decides to try to kill him.
Maybe. I'm also... This is all set in his mind, so it's pretty much how he sees the world. I don't think his friends are terrible. At least they all call him Bateman in social settings.
Yeah, they're all dicks.
Calm down.
They're all dicks, but
they're dicks, but they're clearly. I don't think they're as self-centered as he is. He just assumes that everybody's like that. It's his way of saying I'm in touch with humanity.
No, I feel like they're all pretty self-centered because they don't listen to him. They don't ever have any service level
There's
conversations.
that, but they do know his name.
Sure.
They're
all friends.
They're Bateman, calm down.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's their way. It's almost like they're kind of doing him a favor by letting him hang around.
Yeah.
Bateman thinks that guy's the dork and he's the one that should be out of the, like, he should be the outcast. But in reality, it's probably Bateman. Everybody's, like, because even Luis,
Mm-hmm.
even he's the one that, like, makes fun of Bateman at the dinner table after the let's save the world, solutions. And, like, they laugh at what Lewis says, and Bateman, like, is, like, still cocky. It's like Lewis isn't the dork. Might be gay.
Yeah.
But, like, at least people think he's funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I honestly think he was genuine in that scene when he's, like, with them. He's like, he said, what does he say? Like, that was a great point.
He says very thought-provoking.
Yeah, very thought-provoking. But also Lewis probably was serious because he has a crush on Bateman.
No. He's like...
You don't think?
No. Let's see. You go, look, I think he's, like, kind of looking like very thought-provoking.
And world hunger. We have to provide food and shelter for the homeless, while also promoting equal rights
trying
for
not to
women.
laugh.
He is.
Yes, but you just missed it with Lewis. Hold on.
Importantly,
There's
we
fucked
have
up.
to promote
Yeah.
I don't know how they made it there.
social concern, unless materialism in young people.
Patrick. How thought-provoking.
See, I think he's genuine there. The other guy was laughing at him. But I think Lewis was like, wow, that was so thought-provoking.
I disagree. I think maybe in Bateman's mind, like, he took it that way. And so maybe this guy's not even gay. He just said something like that and maybe, like, is inviting him out to, like, other things. He's like, you're not my friend, you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like, all just, like, a figment of his imagination.
Yeah, could be.
You know.
Because definitely the other guy's definitely laughing. But
Yeah.
his wife is definitely into it, believing that what he's saying, or not his wife, I keep calling her wife, his fiance is into it.
Yeah,
thinking
she's
like,
doing
wow.
everything she can to get that ring around her finger.
Yeah.
Social status. They all just want a couple little kids because they think that's going to save their lives.
Yep.
Just bringing a couple little monsters into the world, getting raised by Wolf of Wall Street, psychopaths. Apparently
Yeah.
that's going to solve world problems.
Yeah, because she literally is just sedated. She, like, doesn't even live life. She just waits for her husband to call her and does drugs and hooks up with Bateman, and she, like, just wants some meaning in her life. So she's like, I just want 2 kids.
Yeah,
Because she wants something meaningful in her life.
She wants to feel something without taking a pill.
Yes.
Respect, though. You're just going to end up being a drug addict mom, but respect for having the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie, man. This movie.
I love it too because there's so many, like, little bitty hidden details in the shots that suggest the theme. Obviously, like, one of the big ones is here at the last movie. As he's sitting here drinking his thing, this sign back here says, "This is not an exit." It's like he's never going to leave this world. This is him forever. Like, he's stuck in this world of people that don't give a shit about him, where he can kind of get away with whatever he wants, and he's just like this ambiguous, narcissistic person that has no true identity. There's nobody actually there. It's like, this is not an exit. That's one little sign there. When he's in the taxi cab and he's standing there, and you see the driver, you see the girl he's sleeping with, Luis's wife, and then you see him covered by this, like, glossy screen that makes his face all blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a detail suggesting, like, he's not a person. He's not there. It's just like this blurry image. That even happens again in the first scene. Whenever he gets to the restaurant, he, like, picks up the metal menu, and he looks at himself, and it's just that blurry face again, like, suggesting that he's not a real person. And also, when the first detective comes in too, the camera's, like, off focus for some reason. Like, he's not in focus, but his briefcase and his phone are in focus in the background. So it's almost just like he's not the focus. It's just his job is the focus. Like, we don't care about who this person actually is. He's out of focus. It's about the briefcase and the phone. Like, he's a high status man with a briefcase and a phone. Rich guy. So, like, those, like, little bit details threaded, like, sprinkled in, just like help the theme so much. Just, like, it's a really, really well made movie with, dedicated to this theme of this world of just lack of individuality and narcissism.
Yeah. What a terrible God. Because I think about when I talk to people and I'm just like, what do you do? That's not me asking, who are you? It's just, what do you do? Explain it. Let's move past it. Then let's get to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's some people that they just make it their personalities, which is fine. If you're a workaholic and you don't really have much left to offer to the table, that's cool. Whatever. We can talk about that. But, like, come on, man. You're not what your job is. You're better than that.
Yeah. And then there's like little scenes too with him. I just remembered one where he's with the detective eating the lunch he has with him. William Dafoe puts his salt on his thing, and then Patrick Bateman notices it.
Disappeared. Any new thoughts?
and does the same thing.
Showers it.
Not sure. I had a shower.
So he doesn't do one single thing original. He just always imitating, posturing, and copying what he's heard from other people.
Yeah.
Oh, another point to that, when he's like imitating, whenever the detective brings out new music that he's listening to, he brings it up and he's like, oh, this band, have you heard of them? And he's like, never. I mean, I haven't heard of them yet. And from the previous scenes, every single time he talks about music, you would think he's a music aficionado because he goes on these long monologues about why the songs are so great and the album is this revolutionary album in pop culture. But with this movie, what's his one criticism about it? He goes, it sounds too black for me. He goes racist and then surface level. Like that's his one remark about the new music. That's why he doesn't like this band, is because they sound too black. It's like, bro, what? So like now you know this guy's literally just memorizing all this stuff. He doesn't actually have any real opinions.
Yeah.
Because the one time he's faced with like having to come up with a real opinion, he goes racist and then just like a simple one line. So like
that was him revealing.
Yeah, literally. So like he doesn't know anything. He has no real opinions about anything.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
God, I'd be so pissed off if somebody like played me a song and then they did some shit like that. Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, just I put on a song. I'm like, yeah, I've been listening to this. Then after the song, I was like, what do you think? I didn't really care for it. To each his own.
Yeah.
Like, God, don't try to sell me on music. It's music.
Right.
You either like it or you don't. Sorry. This movie really has me on my soapbox here.
It's a good one, bro. It's a good one.
Yeah, this movie, I feel like all of our haters are just a bunch of Patrick Batemans. They all think they know what they're talking about, and they think that we're so stupid, but then they never give us any like of their original thoughts. All they do is just hate. Go fuck yourselves. Sorry.
Hater comments are my favorite.
They are my favorite.
We should honestly,
but it's just so funny because they don't ever bring anything to the table either.
You know what we should do? Let's start saving our favorite hate comments each week, and then at the end of the episodes, we'd like bring them up.
We need to.
There's some funny ones.
We have, yeah. I appreciate a good original like hate comment. Who doesn't appreciate some originality in this world, in this materialistic, capitalistic world where everybody's consumed by their image? I appreciate a comment that at least gives me a chuckle.
Yeah. I've laughed a few times at somebody making fun of me.
Plenty.
Like, that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get some on this one. And be like, oh, great. Like, I just listened to two idiots in suits explain to me what the movie was about.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't provide any insight. Like, you're just confirming, like, what other people say about it. First off, the only thing that I read about this movie is that Christian Bale never broke his American accent and that he can sweat on command.
Yeah, he's sweaty as fuck this whole movie.
That's no special effects. That's no makeup. He can control his sweat glands, apparently.
No way.
That's it. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Damn. Christian Bale. Even the famous Christian Bale sweats on command. That's Reddit. I guess I can't find it, but apparently he can sweat on command.
Yeah, so the one of the two things that I just said I read about and know about this movie probably isn't even true. So
that's funny.
I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Bale can just sweat on command. He's just that incredible.
I mean, you hear about the monks in China
that can fly?
No. They can give themselves a fever when it's cold. Like, they can wrap a sheet around them on the top of the mountain where it's freezing cold and snowing, and they can make the sheet soaking wet and start to steam.
What's the lifespan of a monk?
1,000 years, I think.
No. That's no.
At least 150.
No. How'd you go from 1,000 to 150, which is still ridiculous?
Similar to other people.
Yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna live normally then. Although maybe they were at peace the whole time.
But monks can apparently like rise their body temperature up by like I guess they imagine.
Well, I think
a
they
fire
can
burning.
rise too. Maybe not flying, but I think they can levitate.
Monks can levitate.
Why not?
Yes, monks can raise their body temperature through meditation practices such as tumo breathing, which can increase the body temperature to levels of a mild or moderate fever. The Tibetan Buddhist monks.
Christian Bale,
He went to
monk.
maybe whenever he went to train for Batman. I guess it was after. Went to go train with Ra's al Ghul. He met up with the Tibetan monks, learned how to sweat on command.
Yeah.
All right, you got any final thoughts on American Psycho?
Some final thoughts. No, I think one of those movies. The message is pretty clear. In this great country that we call the United States of America, which I call home, I'm just surrounded by a bunch of psychotic narcissists that don't give a shit about me. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, and I'm happy to be here.
Amen. No, I love the movie. It's a good watch every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a must watch, I'd say. If you haven't seen this movie, you have to at least watch it one time.
Yes.
It's so iconic.
Yes.
And Christopher Nolan, honestly, you just got to watch it just for Christopher Nolan's performance. That's Patrick Bateman.
Christian Bale.
What'd I say?
Christopher Nolan.
Sorry, Christian Bale. Damn it. Yeah, Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I got on American Psycho. Thank you guys for listening. Comment below your thoughts on what you think about American Psycho. And we'll see y'all next week.
Okay, you slay me.
We are out.